Hi guys, Mons here. On today's episode of Ball with Mons, we're going to be looking at the Premier League review for Game Week 9. So in this Premier League week, I got a chance to watch around three to four games. Two of them in great details, and the other two just bits of it. So the first game I'm going to go through is I'm going to go through the Manchester United versus Brighton game. As I predicted, I felt Man United were going to go on a run of wins. We're going to keep stacking up the W's in the next couple of weeks. I feel like the team finally adjusted to Amorim's system, and I also feel like Amorim has adjusted his environment and also adjusted the system the last couple of weeks. And we've been seeing that play out in the results. We've gotten a couple of more wins in the last couple of weeks. So this game ended 4-2. I always felt like we're going to win. I heard a couple of people saying mine that we're going to win this game because Brighton are very tough opposition, which I do partially agree with. However, I always felt mine were going to win this game. That's 3 wins in a row for Manchester United. I feel like we have good momentum going forward now. The Amorim effect is in full flow. The players look a lot more confident than they did a couple of months ago. I feel like Bruno is playing some fantastic football, and he's not getting the plaudits because he's not getting the goals and assists. I feel like Bruno's controlling that midfield whenever we're playing in the last couple of weeks. He's been absolutely fantastic. His work rate, his little passes, 5-yard passes, making runs off the ball to create space for his teammates has been fantastic. Like I said, Bruno's my favourite Manchester United player, and I'm so grateful we didn't sell him this summer. This summer just gone. I also feel like Sesko's been playing really, really well in the last couple of weeks. I know he got dropped was on the bench for the Liverpool game due to the way Manchester United want to play, and that's why I say Amorim has been adjusting well. He's not just sticking with the same 11; he's been adjusting to the style of play of the opposition we're playing, and also to the players that we have as well. In this game, I felt Casemiro also had a good game. In this game. We're 5 points off Arsenal in first place. Which, when you consider the stats we've had, we've played very, very tough opposition, and I feel great at the moment about Manchester United. I'm very, very confident. We're 2 points off Bournemouth in second place, and I feel Delete has been our best defender, one of our best players this season. He's been fantastic. He had one bad game all season, and that was Brentford away. Apart from that, Delete has been absolutely fantastic this season. He's probably our best on-ball defender. He likes to engage with attackers. He goes one-on-one against them. Doesn't really need anyone covering because most of the time he does win the ball, to be fair to him. However, this game, Mbeumo, for me, was a man of the match. It was fantastic. Brian Mbeumo has completely changed the lives of Manchester United. Brian Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha has completely changed the life of Manchester United. The two players, that's why I remember in the summer when we were linked with them and we got them, I made a video about saying how good we're going to be with them, especially going forward, simply because they're Premier League proven. Both players got over 15 goals last season. I think Mbeumo got 20. So there was no question about them settling in the Premier League. I felt like they're going to hit the ground running. First couple of weeks, we didn't really create chances for them. However, last couple of weeks, two boys have been fantastic. Honestly, I can't praise Brian Mbeumo enough and Matheus Cunha enough. The work rate from both boys has been absolutely unbelievable. And they're playing a lot higher up as well. And Sesko is doing a fantastic job. Winning most of the high balls we're playing into him, because we've changed the style the last couple of weeks, playing long balls and high balls into Sesko. And even when he comes short to feet, he takes it in, protects the ball very well from the centre halves, and he lays it off. Like I remember for Mbeumo's goal, I think Mbeumo's first goal, Sesko came short, got the ball into fit, did a little shimmy in a turn, and then he gave the ball to Mbeumo, and Mbeumo finished it off. So that's what I like to see our three forwards do. So that was a very, very good win. It was a nervy finish. It finished 4-2, was a nervy finish. However, I had full confidence in Manchester United. So that's another W for Manchester United. That's 3 wins in a row for us. Absolutely, completely delighted with the game plan and the way we finished the game. The next game I'm going to go through the Arsenal versus Crystal Palace game. I saw bits and parts of this game. It was a very, very boring game to watch. I watched most of the first half. Second half was very, very boring. I felt Palace were the better team in the first half. And just a quick word on Mateta. What I call Mateta a triple threat type of centre forward. He can come short, hold the ball up. You can go long. You can go long with him. You can play long. You'll chase in behind defenders, and you can also play to feet as well to him, and he'll hold the ball up for you very, very well, in my opinion. You can play short, play long, and he can also hold the ball up very, very well for you and get others involved, in my opinion. He's absolutely fantastic centre forward. I believe if he was playing for a Liverpool, I think Liverpool would get the best out of him, in my opinion. But to be fair to him, he's doing very, very well for Palace. Whenever I see him play, he's been very, very good. Arsenal, there's not much to say about the Arsenal team. Like Arsenal, very very boring to watch play. Eze for me, it was a little bit of a spark. I know he took his goal well. That was always going to happen. Him scoring against his old team, Crystal Palace, in my opinion. There was no creativity whatsoever from the Arsenal team. Like it's all well and good because defensively they're very good. My favorite Arsenal player is Jurgen Timber. Timber is unbelievable. Last couple of weeks I've watched the guy play. He's been very, very, very good. He's very tidy, never loses the ball. He drops 8, 9 out of 10 every single week. I haven't actually seen Timber had a bad game this season. So that's huge credit to him and also to Arteta for bringing him into the club. Like I said, Arsenal, what worries me about Arsenal going forward, in the Premier League, they're probably good. They're probably grand. I don't see many teams troubling them because how good they are defensively. But when you go to the latter stages of Champions League, you have players like Yamal, Vinicius, Mbappe. You have Harry Kane. Those type of individual brilliant star player. They will unlock your defense. So how will Arsenal be able to cope with that? I don't think Arsenal can actually go out and attack teams and get the best out of their attackers. That's the only problem I have for Arsenal in the latter stage of the Champions League. Because at this stage of Arsenal, you should be looking to get to the final Champions League, win the Premier League, because I think they're going to win the Premier League this year. I don't see anyone stopping Arsenal this season and winning the Premier League, in my opinion. Obviously, a 1-0 tidy win for Arsenal. Eze, brilliant volley to finish off the set piece. I'm just going to go through the Liverpool and the Brentford game here in just little details from what I've seen in the game. We've seen this before. A bald Dutch manager, second season syndrome. We've seen it before. I'm not going to mention what it is, but we've seen it before. It looks like Arne Slot's crashing out every single week. There's always something about him, either complaining about long balls, referee's decision, is not happy about something. Brother, you spent 400 million this summer. You should be competing for the Champions League, Premier League, every single trophy. There's no excuses for you, and you don't have really any major injuries either. So I don't know what the excuses are for Liverpool, especially going forward. I thought they'd be much better going forward, in my opinion. With Ekitike, Isak, Salah, Gakpo as well. Like it's just, and they have Florian Wirtz as well. So I don't know. I don't know what he's going to have. He's going to have to figure out formation to be able to play all them together, or maybe play 2 or 3 of them and bring a couple off the bench. I felt Brentford won most of the second balls. They looked a lot hungrier than Liverpool. I felt Liverpool just turned up. They went through the motion, and I felt like they were going to beat Brentford. I'm delighted for my guy, Keith Andrews. Like I said, Irish manager, I want to see him do well in the Premier League. I'm delighted for him. And Jordan Henderson, ex-Liverpool captain, the most successful Liverpool captain in the last couple of years. It was very, very good again. Every single time I've seen Brentford play or watch any of the highlights, Jordan Henderson looks to be in the thick of things every single time. So I'm very, very happy for him. I felt it was completely finished when he went to Saudi and then he went to Holland. But to be fair to him, he's been very, very good in the Premier League. And also one player I've been watching for Brentford the last couple of weeks as well, whenever I see Brentford play, Kevin Shada. He's a superb winger. He's very quick, very agile. He's a good dribbler as well. I think he could play at a much higher level, though, in my opinion. I think the only thing for Kevin Shada is to be able to get himself better positionally, get himself in more dangerous position every single time the ball's in the box or you're going forward. Like, for example, making a wrong back post when they're crossing the ball in, so you're in there, or maybe cutting your run short, going to the center, swapping with the centre forward, something like that. I think positionally, if he gets better, I think he played at a much higher level, in my opinion, because I think he has all the attributes to be a top winger, Kevin Shada. So that's one of the guys I'll watch out for the next couple of years. I believe he will leave Brentford and go to a much better team, in my opinion. He's a very, very good player. The silver lining in Liverpool in this game is Salah scoring. When a great player like Salah goes through a goal drought and you get one, you normally go on a scorer run or run a good form. So I think Salah will go on a run a good form, and that's 4. I think that's 4 Premier League losses for the ball fraud in a row. So I don't think Liverpool fans are going to be too happy. But to be fair, you can't call for him to be sacked already. He just won the Premier League last year. Let's see how the season right out. See if he can even get top 4. But for me, this is a very disappointing season for Liverpool already. You're out of the Premier League contention already, and it's only October. And you spend that much money. For me, that's very, very disappointing. There's no excuses, really. You need to be near the top of the league. Either you're first or you're second. With the amount of money you spend, you're defending champion. Your team got better individually, but I don't know, collectively as a team, I don't think it got better anyways. So, my apologies. Arne Slot needs to sort something out there in terms of picking the proper team, start 11, and bringing the correct players off the bench. And I don't know what Chiesa done to him. He absolutely hates Chiesa. I don't know what Chiesa done to him. And also, I watched a little bit of the Leeds and West Ham game. The Leeds and West Ham game for me, I felt West Ham were going to come out in this game and actually win the game. However, Leeds ended up winning. Leeds started really, really well. And also, I felt Nuno went to three at the back, which I was very confused about. And I think he had Wan-Bissaka play left centre half, left side of the three, which I didn't think it worked at all, in my opinion. Longstaff was very good in the middle of the park for Leeds. He's been very, very good anytime I've seen them play. I also felt Dominic Calvert-Lewin was very, very good. Always been a big fan of Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I feel like if it didn't get so many injury in the past, I feel like he'll be playing at a higher level as well. For me, I don't know what Callum Wilson has to do to be able to start for West Ham. I feel like he needs to be the focal point for West Ham going forward. I feel Nuno probably knows that as well now after bringing him on early when one of the players got injured. So I feel it should be Paqueta, Bowen, and Callum Wilson as a front three, in my opinion, or the furthest three forward, in my opinion. Those three will get you goals, will create chances for you. I think that needs to be the front three for West Ham going forward if they're to do anything this season or avoid relegation. For me, Paqueta is very, very good. It was very, very tidy in possession, but it was very very tidy. Sorry, it was very, very good in terms of holding the ball, laying it off to his teammate, and just doing what Paqueta basically does. He was very skillful in the ball. However, it was very careless he wasn't taking care of his passes, and that was putting West Ham under severe pressure, especially for Leeds when Leeds are trying to break forward every single time. Bowen looked very, very frustrated. It was very, very frustrated. Bowen looked very, very frustrated, in my opinion. West Ham also considered from a corner again. Very, very poor marking. I thought Nuno would have got that under control because the type of manager Nuno is a very, very strong, astute manager where he takes care of set pieces. Defense comes first for Nuno before going forward. So I'm still very, very surprised in that. Leeds obviously ended up winning 2-1. But I believe Nuno will turn it around. I actually honestly believe Nuno will turn around. So that's my review for Game Week 9. Please don't forget to click on the subscribe button if you come up on my page. And thanks to everyone who subscribed so far. And thank you very much if you made it to the end of my video. I do appreciate the love and support. Thank you very much. Have a lovely week.